Throughout the world, there is only one story, Lindbergh. One single emotion sweeps the United States. 120 million people merge their hopes, their prayers, their aspirations with a lone boy challenging hostile, limitless space. Now the ordeal begins. The Lone Eagle, flying the great circle course over Nova Scotia across Newfoundland, heads out into the uncharted void above open seas, where none before has ventured alone and lived. And hour by hour, the world below waits and waits and waits. Storms, and worse, sleet. We have no heat, no radio, no lights, few instruments. Turn back, turn back. Should we turn back? The weather behind is as bad as the weather in front. Lindbergh goes on. Sometimes we fly at 10,000 feet. Sometimes it is only 10, judging wind and drift from foam blown by the whitecaps. Hour after hour after hour. There is only one story, Lindbergh. The French, remembering their own flyers, Nungesser and Collie, lost over the Atlantic only a few days ago, fear for Lindbergh. All alone, he has no chance. A boat. Are we on course? Lindbergh flies on. Then soon he sees land. Ireland. The spirit of St. Louis is on course. In Paris, there has been no word since Lindbergh was sighted off the Irish coast, hours ago. Perhaps the report was false. Why isn't he here? Outside Paris, at Le Bourget airfield, 100,000 Frenchmen. A chill wind is blowing. Then, exactly 10:16 p.m., a sound out of the darkness of night, the throb of a single engine. C'est fois, ça va. This time, it is done. Lindbergh in Paris. After 33.5 hours of flying, an emotional explosion. He becomes the hero of the world. Europeans want him for their own. But President Coolidge sends the cruiser Memphis to bring Lindbergh home to Washington to be decorated, honored, and hailed as conqueror of the air, idol of the nation. It will be many and many a day before the Lone Eagle is alone again. Washington is in the dither, but in New York, where? In New York there is pandemonium as Lindbergh flies into the harbor on this 13th day of June, 1927. successful terms as governor of New York, a pledge to modify prohibition and a brown derby. That's what takes Al Smith east side, west side, all around the land. But times were never better. Don't rock the prosperity boat. The Republicans predict a day of 2 chickens in every pot, 2 cars in every garage, and the abolition of poverty everywhere in America. Under the circumstances, who but Hoover? Herbert Clark Hoover, engineer, humanitarian, twice Secretary of Commerce, sweeps to victory to become the 31st President of the United States. To the bulls operating on the stock exchange, the elections mean 4 more years of prosperity. Americans have become fearless speculators, living in a make-believe world, getting rich quick without working. As Mr. Coolidge turns over the reins of government to Mr. Hoover, he announces that things are absolutely sound, and stocks are cheap at current prices. Don't sell America short. Why, man, we've scarcely started. From Boston to San Francisco, the bull market is the national mania, the biggest news of the day, every day, coast to coast. And what rotation? Steel up, utilities up, motors up, radio way up, everything up, up, up. What difference does it make if you buy a railroad stock such as Seaboard Airline and think it is an aviation corporation, as long as it goes up? Buy on margin. Brokers' loans are available. All you have to do is have 5 cents for a telephone call, and you can even get that on credit. Just buy. Buy on margin. Everyone is doing it, and everybody is getting rich. Why not? Everything is going one way, and one way only. Up, 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 and up. Production, sales, bank deposits, brokers' loans, stocks, especially brokers' loans and stocks. Up. Even the Illuminati dropped Freud in favor of electric bond and share. Let's do it. Let's do it. Birds do it. Bees do it. Even educated fleas do it. The bulls are loose and pawing the ground. 4 million shares a day. 5 million. 6, 7. That's nothing. Nothing can arrest the upward movement, say the oracles. And the Secretary of the Treasury has predicted the high tide of prosperity will continue. What more do you want? 300 million shares are being carried on margin. Brokers' loans are at an all-time high. But don't worry. The values must be there somewhere. The market is not only discounting the future, it's discounting the hereafter. Everything's the flea's eyebrows, the snake's hips, and I don't mean maybe. Americans are rolling in the stuff. It's only money. There's cream in every cup of coffee, plenty of salt in every stew, and never have so many had so much of both. Where'd they have it from? You will always be my necessity. I'd be lost without you. Boom on Wall Street, bonanza on Park Avenue, binge on Broadway. Another season, another reason for making whoopee. And the stars are there to help, the stars of the time. The models from Main Street, the stars of the silver screen and upcoming radio, the stage, the legit and the not so legit. Rudolph Valentino is gone, but Rudy Valley is here. So is Clara Bow and George M. Cohan. Now Francis Guinan, and, if I may say so, Fred Allen. It's getting late. Let's go. The jazz age is over, all over.